A very good evening to you all. Thank you for watching UBC Television. My name is Wadulo Arnold, your news anchor for the next 1 hour. And without further ado, let's get straight into the bulletin. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged fresh graduates to refrain from living reckless lives of sexual promiscuity, extravagant spending, and drunkenness. Museveni said this in a speech read on his behalf by the Vice President, Major Retired Jessica Alupo, who also represented him as chief guest at the 32nd graduation ceremony of Islamic University in Uganda at its main campus in Mbale district today. A total of 2,573 students with 1,142 male and 1,430 female received degrees in various academic disciplines. The ceremony also saw General Moses Ali, the second Deputy Premier, receive honorary doctorate of laws for his sterling performance in the public and humanitarian service.
Takbir! Takbir! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Akbar!
La ilaha illallah wallahu akbar! Allahu Akbar wa lillahil hamd.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There are very few jobs in relation to a population of 45 million people in Uganda. This means that the biggest percentage of graduates must seek employment in the private sector. Unlike the past regimes, which suffocated the private sector, thus undermining its capacity to create jobs, the NRM has created a favorable environment to attract local and foreign investments. Since we now boast of enough electricity, good roads, peace and security, etc., government is prioritizing industrialization to cut down the hemorrhage caused by the excessive importation of items that can competitively be produced here in Uganda. When we import these items, we donate both money and jobs to foreigners, leaving our own children unemployed. More industries in Uganda means more jobs for the population and taxes to the government to carry out development projects. Thus, my appeal to universities is that they equip students with skills which are needed by the private sector. As government attracts more investments, the demand for a skilled and productive workforce will also increase. The students must be responsive to the rapidly changing global economy, which is mainly driven by science and technology. I am delighted to learn that with funding from the Islamic Development Bank, the university has started construction of the Faculty of Engineering and Technology and a student hostel for 500 occupants. I congratulate you for this endeavor. And I would like to categorically on my own thank the General Moses Ali. I sit near him in cabinet. He's my neighbor in cabinet. And I want this congregation to take that as an example that education is a lifelong process. So he has chosen to continue studying, and today he is receiving his honorary doctorate in laws. I want to congratulate you, my neighbor in cabinet.
The holistic training with an emphasis on culture and high ethical standards makes the graduates from IUIU stand out in the increasingly competitive world that will live today. I commend you for focusing not only on imparting technical skills, but incorporating values into your curriculum.
The university now has a total of 10,049 students. Our numbers have increased by 1,490 over the last year. And I'm happy to announce that we have achieved the 10,000 mark we hoped and targeted for last year.
The Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, has presided over the 19th graduation ceremony of Bishop Stewart University in Mbarara City. Over 1,480 graduates have been awarded certificates, diplomas and degrees in different disciplines. Details in this report.
And practice my profession faithfully.
Stewart University Mbarara on Friday 8th December 2023 held its graduation ceremony.
I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standards of my profession.
This has been its 19th graduation ceremony, where over 1,480 graduates have been awarded certificates, diplomas and degrees in different disciplines.
This institution is thrive, is succeeding, and it is working.
The Bishop of Ankole Diocese, Right Reverend Sheldon Mwesgwa, is the university's chancellor.
Trust appreciates student leadership through the Guild and Student Council. And mark my words, for a while, till recently, we have had very positive and developmental Guild leaders who have steered this university well.
In as much as this is an occasion for celebrations, Bishop Mwesgwa is however concerned about the increasing levels of HIV infections among fresh graduates. The graduation ceremony was attended by the Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomonsi, as the chief guest.
We now have many universities in Uganda. We speak of now about 54 accredited universities in Uganda, both public, but majority being private universities, including BSU, which is a church-founded university, and we are happy to be here today witnessing the 19th graduation.
Minister Baryomonsi tasked the fresh graduates to be game changers in their communities and country at large.
Your parents have invested resources. They now want to see fruits from the pains of their labor. Do not disappoint them by catching HIV and AIDS and dying early before your parents, and indeed the country benefits from you, because a lot of investment has been made into you to make you what you are.
The Vice Chancellor, Stewart University Mbarara, Professor Gashomu Atuhaire, hailed the government for its continued support towards this institution.
The government of the Republic of Uganda is appreciated for supporting BSU with financial support through the President's pledge made in 2011. 2011. The sponsoring of students at BSU through the Higher Education Students Finance Board, the Student Loan Scheme, that is all government support.
Of the Moon University, you are more.
State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, has sounded a strong warning to schools still indulging in corporal punishment as a means of instilling discipline to the children. Muyingo says government through the Ministry of Education and Sports is yet to embark on a countrywide operation to weed out those schools still engaged in this practice.
Article 94, Section 9 of the Children Act 2003 prohibits the use of corporal punishment to children as they violate their fundamental human rights to respect for human dignity and physical integrity and to equal protection under the law.
Because teachers beat us thinking we are going to learn, but in actual sense, we fear these teachers in that when they come to class, we still have that fear that even if we fail, they are still going to punish us, which makes us fail to concentrate in class.
To curb this vice, Minister of State for Higher Education Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo says government intends to reintroduce operations in schools countrywide, and those found still engaging in this vice will be punished by law.
Corporal punishments in schools are illegal. The law is very clear. You beat somebody's child, you torture somebody's child, even if it is outside the school, the law will catch up with you.
An insight in schools in Namtumba district indicates a minimal use of corporal punishment, which they say has improved academic grades.
What we do always is the teacher interacts with that child at individual level, helps him or her to improve. And that one is always done during remedial lessons.
Continue caning that particular child means instead of achieving, is going to hate the whole the whole program, and then abscond the learning. Categorize them, and as you categorize them, as you know your class, then you have to group them, and as you group them, then you vary the method of teaching.
Some children, when you give them these punishments, they are discouraged, and many of them, they run away from school. This gives a big number of school dropouts.
A child activist at Raising Voices, Yvonne Laroni, attributes the use of corporal punishment to misuse of power by those in authority. She advises them to always assess the root cause of indiscipline among children and use alternative methods to discipline them.
But the bottom line is you need to get to the root cause of why is this child behaving like this, so that you come up with the appropriate mean of addressing the issue from the root and not just addressing the symptoms. The reason they are not changing is you're addressing the symptoms, but you're not addressing the root cause.
There is still need to advocate for a policy to end the use of corporal punishment to children.
It's a starting point. Even if people may not implement, when a policy is there, when it's time to hold people accountable, it's a lot easier. You have a starting point. And so we've done a lot of policy advocacy, and I'm glad to report that when it comes to issues of violence prevention, including corporal punishment, Uganda is really one of those that is doing quite well in terms of policies and in terms of government intervention.
Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Health and medical professionals have welcomed the accreditation of a laboratory at Mengo Hospital, which will relieve people from the burden of traveling overseas for blood testing. This was at a luncheon dinner in Kampala, organized to celebrate the great milestone. Juko Ivan reports.
Quality health care is one of the most important things a person should have, but often this is not the case and many patients travel abroad for treatment. Blood testing remains one of the challenges facing hospitals in the country due to poor diagnostic standards. Mengo Hospital, however, stands out from these as it celebrates being an internationally accredited blood testing laboratory.
The achievement we have today is Mengo Hospital achieving international, and the Mengo Hospital Laboratory achieving international accreditation to ISO 15189 for medical laboratories.
As a hospital, this recognition assures the doctors that the quality of testing that Mengo Hospital Laboratory does is commendable, and the results they give are valid. When they say you are negative, you are negative. When they say you are positive, you are positive.
Michael Nandala, the Quality Assurance Officer at the Ministry of Health, explains the steps to ensure international standards.
The implementation of the requirements for the international standards involves a number of steps. One, it involves learning, in that you'll have to learn the requirements of the standards. It involves preparation. It involves acting on the identified gaps and non-conformities. It involves sustaining the gains, and at the end of the day, when you are ready, then you'll apply to an international body to be assessed. And once you meet the requirements of the international standard, and of the accrediting body, then you are recommended for international accreditation and you are awarded a certificate of accreditation.
A hospital or testing facility is valuable as it helps to expand medical services and other important factors. Laboratory accreditation is a formal recognition earned by organizations proving they are qualified, competent, and comply with international standards.
So the quality of care given in Mengo Hospital, 70% of that quality is informed by quality laboratory testing. This ISO we are talking about is International Organization for Standardization. Different industries have this. The ISO means that when you meet their requirements, you are doing things the way they are done at global recommendation.
Despite this success, Dr. Patrick Kaketo, who was behind the victory, explains the challenges they faced.
The greatest challenge is usually in resources. It is resource intensive. You require a lot of money and funding to put in place what the international requirements are. To the Ministry of Health is we require more support in terms of resources to sustain this accreditation. To sustain the accreditation or this ISO certification, you need to continually implement and implement the standards required, and then when you require them to always check on us and keep supporting us in sustaining this accreditation.
The head of Mengo Hospital, who awaits retirement, Dr. Rose Mutumba, urged the management to make good use of it.
Mengo Hospital's lab has been accredited to an international standard. It means whatever tests that we do at Mengo Hospital in our lab are comparable to tests that are done outside the country, which is very important. It's a way of improving healthcare, medical care to our people. For my successors, people who come after me running Mengo Hospital, my appeal is let's keep the standard. Accreditation is not the end.
Uganda now has 68 laboratories, both public and private, which help provide accurate diagnosis of various diseases among other benefits. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Minister of State for Karamoja Affairs, Agnes Nandutu, has urged youth in Karamoja sub-region to use music, dance and drama to improve their livelihoods and promote peace and development. Nandutu was officiating the Karamoja Talent Festival held in Moroto Municipality.
Karamoja Talent Festival has been organized under the theme Promote Peace and Culture through music, dance and drama, and is aimed at restoring peace in the region. Boma North Woman Councillor Helen Chiai is the chief organizer.
You are actually holding that gun illegally. So we want to see that music, dance and drama, through the different songs that we have witnessed here, we are going to see that a number of our friends, brothers who are still in the hideout, who are falling in love with the gun, can fall in love with music, can listen to these different songs and come out and join hands in transforming Karamoja, in accepting development, in embracing the government programs that are running that are not very them.
State Minister of Karamoja Affairs, Agnes Nandutu, officiated the function.
Our vision is to mobilize communities for peace. So if you are here to mobilize communities for peace, we are here to support you and work together with you to transform Karamoja and to become a gun-free region.
Nandutu urged youth in Karamoja to use music, dance and drama to improve livelihoods and promote peace and development.
To encourage you to participate more in this competition. There is money in these performances. There is money that is sleeping. If you get more organized, you can even go and perform in Kampala.
The 3rd Division Commander, Major General Don Williams Nabasa, and his deputy, Brigadier General Felix Bosizori, shed some light on the current security situation in Karamoja.
Yes, there are some isolated incidents of criminality, but by and large, it has reduced. And it's because of the efforts combined efforts that we are undertaking.
UPDF security bosses say music, dance and drama will help to transform Karamoja.
The performances you see here are very important in the sense that, number one, they bring out a message. They put across a message of peace. And this is what we've been doing for the last couple of months. Find the talent, but secondly, also bringing our message that we request you to compose more songs, more peaceful songs that are going to send a message to the people, to the Karachuras who are there in the wilderness.
The teams will be used to mobilize locals for peace. Security officers urged the Karamejong to embrace peace in education. The function was attended by UPDF security bosses and locals from across Karamoja sub-region, among others. Anaka Farida and Moriniga.
Local leaders in Mbarara have asked government to support interventions aimed at empowering persons living with disabilities, especially those born with spina bifida and hydrocephalus, singling out inclusive education as a prime catalyst to empowerment. Residents in Mbarara want government to further propagate schools for persons with disabilities to grassroots, where majority children with disabilities are usually abandoned.
Joy Ninshaba is a member of Yogurt Manufacturing Association in Rubindi Trading Center. Born with hydrocephalus condition, Ninshaba says she and her mother were abandoned by her biological father. Ninshaba is grateful to God that despite the bad beginning, she has managed to persevere to date, as she is currently pursuing a diploma course in social work and social administration at Bishop Stewart University, Kakoba in Mbarara City.
Thanks to the government for putting that loan scheme, because currently it's supporting me to pursue my diploma in social work and social administration.
Nuwajira Cipriano, of Rwentojo Ward in Bwizibwera, Rutoma Town Council, Mbarara District, says he has failed to transport his daughter for medical attention.
Nimanonto arapsi ntwanje pakinga erugurahanguto rero ngaruka ushanga ninkwata amaguru ubuno nyina nakwata umutwe mugongo kusenga twamusura mpora mpaka se eruguru ahanguto hedize ki aheri leto muteka piki tumukwaterera mwese mwirwaro
akazarwa rije yakwatwa ino kwezi kumwe na mutwara haru nashira haro bajanguza university bansini kambari nashira mbari bamushemeza dr kagirango owiro bwinje mutuzarra ahanda hari ahachafu ubwo ko mutahankai umunanko mutu ati hizura mwamizi bakaganyuramu kuba heruze wanyuma ya wiki 2
It is for this reason that government has been asked to facilitate children born and living with spina bifida and hydrocephalus conditions linked to alterations in the spinal cord and the brain. Mbarara District Education Officer in charge of special needs, Abel Mugume, says government needs to intervene and assist in ensuring quality growth of the affected children with spina bifida.
Government should really intensify training of teachers, because quite often, even when these children are worked on in the health facilities, they come now to join school, they again find it challenging. So I would appeal to the government that if possible, let all teachers, including secondary, primary, tertiary and those other levels, to have at least some training in special needs education, so that they are able to help and support these children even when they are in school.
Mbarara District Woman Councillor representing persons living with disabilities re-echoed the same call, with emphasis on access to quality education and employment opportunities in government.
Those children have challenges in accessibility, in communication, and they are mostly for visually impaired. They fail to get special education. So my appeal to the government, they have to make sure that those schools can be accessible or they can identify some schools so that they can accommodate for children with disabilities to access education.
Kamukamare Beautiful, a female born with spina bifida and hydrocephalus, appeals to pregnant mothers to eat foods rich in vitamin C, as it is believed to prevent spina bifida and hydrocephalus defects in children.
We still believe spina bifida and hydrocephalus neurotube defects are caused due to lack of enough folic acid in the body. I call upon our dear young girls, mothers, to take foods rich in folic acid like vegetables and fruits.
Believers and pastors from across Uganda have congregated for a captivating photo exhibition at Shoji Church of Uganda. The event showcased the vibrant graduation ceremony of over 100,000 individuals who completed an extensive 7-month Bible course. Sudat Kaya reports.
Organized by Chichanji Uganda Church, the exhibition provided a glimpse into the colorful graduation ceremony held at Daegu World Cup Stadium on November 12, 2023. A staggering 108,084 graduates participated, highlighting the church's commitment to educating and enlightening the world with profound Bible knowledge and truth.
First of all, what inspired all many numbers to come and join in this graduation ceremony, as we have seen, it is because in Chinchanji we really have the word of truth, the word of life. And also, according to the founder, Chairman Mr. Manihili, he always emphasizes people to be one. He always creates that love. So because of this focus of the word and unity, that's why so many people have been able to gather in this 100,000 graduation.
The event sparked admiration among attendees, leading many pastors to sign memorandums of understanding with Chichanji Uganda Church. They praised the impactful work and milestones achieved by Chichanji, acknowledging the significant contribution it makes to the Christian world through its Bible classes.
It increases unity. And also, when so many people come and watch the graduation ceremony, they may have so many questions. Why is it that the number is so high? Why is it that there are so many people who have really gathered in this ceremony? So how they have impacted through the testimony from the leader, Chairman Manihili. So many people have been inspired in becoming one and believing in God.
Bakabulindi Martin, the leader of the domestic department in Chichanji Church of Jesus Uganda, highlighted the church's commitment to inclusivity, welcoming individuals of all religions to study the Bible under the guidance of Pastor Manhili.
But us in Chinchanji, we don't segregate in religion. So first of all, for us, we all follow the Bible. Whether is a Catholic, whether is a born-again Pentecostal churches, for us, we always emphasize only one thing, which is the Word of God. Whoever follows the Bible, these are the people we come together to create the world of people.
He emphasized the church's community-centric initiatives, including volunteering, blood donations with Nakasero Blood Bank, and skills training for citizens. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Parents have been called upon to make use of formative years to model their children into useful citizens. Education experts say that immorality is increasing because most parents have relegated their roles to schools and churches. Ediolwa reports.
People believe that morality is on a downward decline, attributing this trend to immorality of individuals and that of successive generations. Education is blamed this on the formation process at critical ages.
Because studies have shown learners who pass through pre-primary tend to catch up and transition faster in the primary education than those who have not attended. And unfortunately, 91% of the young ones who should be in pre-primary are not benefiting from pre-primary education, what we call the nursery education. And of those who are attending, even 80% struggle to raise school fees.
Churches, through different programs like Sunday School, also play a role in upbringing of children.
But I'm happy that with the nursery school education, what parents have failed to, the nursery schools are doing. That's why they bring them, they teach them how to brush their teeth, they teach them how to greet, they teach them how to, show different types of respect.
Reverend Dawan wants gatherings such as graduation ceremonies to be used to educate parents on roles of their children's upbringing.
If you have failed to train your child moral life at those ages, then you have failed in life.
The Olive Schools is one of the junior private schools in Ras City. In their school's programming, every Tuesday is set aside for moral formation.
So each time that a teacher is teaching, we expect a teacher to at least mention the word of God to them, relate to them the characters of a good Christian, of a good child. And by the time the child is leaving primary, it's already part of life, and they are God-fearing children.
The fun and child-centered approach to teaching literacy using Jollyphonics, a blend of an international curriculum, also helps children cope faster with the learning.
You have not actually told the child a word, but you ask the child that blend and read that word I've written on the board. The word bought is boo. T. Bought. The word is bought. So that is how this Jollyphonics cuts across.
We have a setting where each class only accepts 30 children. You need some manageable number, and that is what we are doing.
About 78% of schools in Uganda were founded by religious bodies that are allowed timely levies to cater for moral formation. Whether or not this service is impacting the learners remains a question for debate. Eddie Olwa, UBC News.
The first Lego League competition took place on Saturday at Kaboja International School, Kampala. And as we hear in the following story, the competition serves as a dynamic platform for learning, fostering a community of like-minded individuals and others in Uganda.
It's a program created in the USA by an organization called FIRST. FIRST stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. It's a not-for-profit organization that demystifies technology for the youth, for young people across the world. It's a program that teaches computational thinking, creativity, innovation, and opens the minds of young people up to possibilities of using technology to create solutions to problems that they see in their communities.
Dr. Joyce Moriko Kaduchu, who was represented by Mr. Musa Birungi, underscored that this competition transcends mere rivalry. It stands as a jubilant celebration of the untapped potential within our youth. It's a commitment to pushing the limits of what can be achieved, embracing technological advancements, and collaboratively striving to shape a more promising future.
She appreciates this kind of intervention, and she pledges total support, and she'll work with the MISA team to ensure that we upscale this intervention to other schools, targeting even the vulnerable schools in the countryside. Sam
Tulia, principal at Kaboja International School and the host of the inaugural Lego League tournament, urged Ugandans to embrace this challenge as a developmental tool.
So the future of our innovation in our countries is by promoting mathematics, engineering, technology and science. And the Lego challenges are part of the innovation that will promote that.
The founder of Koderina Edech, Admola Ajayi, called upon education stakeholders all over Africa to embrace such innovations to keep pace with the rapidly evolving world.
The goal is to spread the gospel of technology, demystify technology for the youth across Africa, wherever they're from, whatever their background is, just to ensure that every child can be creative.
We are here.
Parents in attendance affirmed the necessity for Ugandan children to be encouraged to pursue such educational opportunities.
The future, that's where the future is going. The innovations, the technology, the IT, and I'm proud that the school has actually put up the system and they are participating. The kids are learning robotics, technology. You can see a kid can put up something and it's moving and you're in shock. When we were growing up, we never got the opportunity. So we are happy as parents that our kids have that opportunity.
Sudat Kaye and Vincent Wamundu, UBC News.
Now, chances are high that many of us have not heard about Djibouti, a small country bordering Eritrea to the north, to the west, and Somaliland to the south, and Somalia. Our reporter Haruna Muntesasira takes us through a journey to a country located in the Horn of Africa, which apparently shares its name with her capital.
The Intergovernment Authority on Development, IGAD, held a awarding ceremony for its media award winners on 26 November 2023 at Kempisk Hotel in Djibouti City, a first of its kind in the history of the regional organization. I was among the 14 invited winners from the 14 categories for excellent reporting on drought effects and resilience building in Karamoja sub-region. Flying from Entebbe Airport after a while at Addis Ababa Airport, I arrived at Djibouti International Airport 15 minutes past 7 p.m. It was my first time to be in the Horn of Africa. Djibouti Airport is tiny, and getting a visa on arrival was a bit hectic. We first stood in the queue at the immigration counter, where they asked me for the IGAD invitation letter, boarding pass, visa forms that were sent to me by IGAD Secretariat, both English and French. After a while, together with other IGAD award winner journalists from other countries, we finally found Sogal Omar from IGAD Secretariat, who was ready to take us to Sabier Hotel. A few minutes drive from the airport, we arrived at Sabier Hotel, at which we had made reservation through Lucas Tosime from IGAD Secretariat.
As Djibouti is the headquarters and as Djibouti is hosting the IGAD Secretariat, we do have privileged relations with IGAD, with the government of Djibouti, I mean. And then Djibouti is also part of many programs and projects that we conduct, as well as in other member states.
Driving into Djibouti City, I saw a lot of people on the streets. It was hot and humid, quite a contrast to the dry weather in the Arabian Gulf. The streets were hectic, but felt pretty safe. Few spoke English, but French is their official language. Attending the awarding ceremony at Kempisk Hotel in Djibouti City was a dream come true for me.
The building you can see behind me is the headquarters of the Secretariat here in Djibouti. It's a donation by the government of Djibouti. So IGAD has been established here since 1986, since the day it was founded.
This award reminds me that hard work and consistency always pay. Furthermore, this award will motivate me to achieve more success in life. Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
Meet Brian Namanya, a visionary and a game changer whose team at Tubayo is breathing new life into domestic tourism by curating exciting yet affordable experiences for Ugandans and foreigners to enjoy. With the help of technology, Brian is showing us all the immense potential out there. Those who know Brian know him as a serial entrepreneur who's always been challenging the status quo and won't stop now. Brian, we're in your corner. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Visit www.tubayo.com And together, let's support Ugandans like Brian, who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Wait, Titus, you need to take your medicine.
But Mom, they are playing without me.
Here, swallow your medicine fast. I don't want you to get another headache from that infection.
Medicines help us feel better when we are ill, but sometimes they can cause side effects. By reporting side effects, you help us learn about the medicine we use. This improves quality of care for each patient. Always report suspected side effects to NDA. Together, we can make medicines safer for everyone. This message is brought to you by National Drug Authority with support from Global Fan.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now delve into the world of business. Farmers in Kanyarieru, sub-county Chiruhura district, have asked government to support them with tractors to expand on the dams from which they draw water for irrigating their crops and feeding their animals. The Deputy Director, Lake Mburo Resettlement Scheme in Kanyarieru sub-county, Nduho Norman Kapapa, says that they use small-scale irrigation to solve the problem of climate change, but challenges of water scarcity still remain.
Some farmers in Kiruhura district have adopted the 4-acre model of farming as advised by President Yoweri Museveni. Some, however, say they lack markets for their products.
Ngw'ibintu ebyo mugira uko murabitware ahabwo burungi bw'ihanga ryitu birere kuguma nibifabusha nureba ibintu nibifabusha uhurira heru ngo abantu nibafana bayitwenja kandi omukyaro itu tubine tutaine kuturabibasi.
Nduho Norman, a resident of Kanyarieru sub-county and Deputy Director of Lake Mburo Resettlement Scheme, has planted coffee on a 10-acre piece of land, has 4 acres of bananas and 6 acres for animal feeds. He says of the 10 acres of coffee, government has provided water for irrigation on 2.5 acres, which is not enough.
Of the coffee plantation, you must be getting 22 million per 6 months. So that means those 3 acres, I will be getting 134 million per year. Instead, if I had worked on 10, I would be approaching 500 million.
He also has fruit trees, especially mangoes and avocado, to help conserve the environment. He says these fruit trees grow well in the district. Kanyarieru is in the cattle corridor, and the dry season always has devastating effects on both human and animal life.
These dams can wither away, cows can die, even the crops can get dry. Challenge of weather or climate change, somehow it has to be solved by small-scale irrigation. But the challenge now there is water. We still have some scarcity of water. The water is still scarce because we have small dams which cannot manage like 10-20 acres.
President Museveni also advised people with small pieces of land to keep Frisian cows, which give them more milk yields compared to long-horned cattle. However, there is a problem associated with these Frisian cattle.
Money, especially me during the dry season. If I get like 50 liters of milk, I know I have money. I will secure that money, then I will invest on other things. Few challenges, especially the acaricides on that side. The Frisians are ever sick. But though they are sick, the remaining ones, you can get milk tomorrow and you sell.
Lake Mbura resettlement scheme was given to the Luwero survivors by President Museveni as compensation for their support during the Liberation War. I'm Navka Farida, reporting.
Meet Brian Namanya, a visionary and a game changer whose team at Tubayo is breathing new life into domestic tourism by curating exciting yet affordable experiences for Ugandans and foreigners to enjoy. With the help of technology, Brian is showing us all the immense potential out there. Those who know Brian know him as a serial entrepreneur who's always been challenging the status quo and won't stop now. Brian, we are in your corner. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Visit www.tubayo.com and together, let's support Ugandans like Brian, who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We now take you into the world of sports. In the Bed Power Futsal Super League match, Week 3 saw outstanding performances from league leaders Chisenyi FC and Football Club Luzira as they scored big on Thursday and Friday night, respectively, at the Old Kampala Sports Arena.
As usual, every Thursday and Friday nights at the Old Kampala Sports Arena, the Uganda Bed Power Futsal Super League keeps spectators entertained with thrilling indoor five-a-side football. Match Week 3 of the 2022-2023 season has seen the top 3 teams register big wins as they continue their unbeaten starts to the campaign. Kisenyi FC put 6 past Lubega on Friday night, whereas fellow chasers Luzira Football Club beat Kampala Junior team by 8 goals to 2, and Park City FC beat Edgar's youth program team 5-0 the night before. Despite the thrashing, Edgar's captain believes there is hope to bounce back.
The team was experienced which we were playing, but still we managed to put a performance that was competitive enough to see that we are still in the league. We should expect more and more because the league is still on. We shall still come back. Yeah, we promise you a comeback. In most games we are going to play next.
Kisenyi FC are currently joined at the top alongside Football Club of Luzira and Park FC, as the 3 teams all have 9 points from the 3 match days so far, as they all aim to keep their 100% start to the season. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
The 16 days of activism against gender-based violence has been on the roundtable for the past 2 weeks. And this violence is not only physical but can be portrayed as emotional as well for female sports athletes. Let's have a look at the story.
Company also joining us on stage.
The Gender Equality Seal is a certification program for both private and public institutions which enables businesses to increase productivity, profitability and partnerships through reducing gender gaps, promoting equality in workplaces and women empowerment.
Women on wheels, women in industrial, as well as women in commercial. We had the opportunity to share our practices and be able to excel and also learn from what is it that we had to do better.
We got very good resources that partnered with us. I think Dr. Nakafero actually spent some time helping me to break down, that mindset. And I can say that once we got both male and female appreciating what gender, the gender is not only women, I had full support.
The gender seal really saved us, the way we do things, the way we plan our policies. So by the time we developed our whole HR structure, we had good backing.
At least 40 private sector companies have been awarded with gold, silver and bronze certification during the Gender Equality Seal Awards, which is a part of a global UNDP initiative of promoting investment in systems that promote gender equality within workplaces and business strategies.
Beauty products, please come up on stage.
We are pleased to partner with UNDP, with the European Union, to ensure that this gender equality seal is signed onto by more companies, and it goes beyond simply having women on board, but to
The hot topic on the roundtable for the past 16 days has been the activism against gender-based violence. Many women face physical torture in their daily lives. However, sports female stars also tend to have psychological damage, which can be termed as emotional abuse.
We have what we call emotional and physical violence. And we've seen also reports around sexual violence. One of the key things that deters some girls from doing sports is just simple verbal communication. Oh, you can't do this. Next time, as a woman, I'm very emotional. I'm only 12. I say, even they're telling me these things. Why? So slowly I'll lose interest. Women are carved in a different way. They are created spatial, so they need that. A person who appreciates the gender. The minute you use emotional abuse, they will give up. Yet we need them more, and we lose them usually at that tender age. Puberty, when they are actually more productive when we need them.
It is important that female athletes are put on the same pedestal as their male counterparts, in most cases, to avoid discouragement and enable them to flourish in their respective disciplines.
For the first time I've been participating in swimming, I've noticed girls and women are ignored in some way, that they are not given chances. They are not given chances to participate in some events, like to be taken to some other countries to participate in their sport, whereby their coaches always say, girls can't do that event, girls are lazy, girls will make us lose. Yet some of us have the potential.
The 16 days of activism against GBV conclude on Sunday, 10th December. However, this notion should not be the end of life towards women in and out of sport, for their voices need to be heard so they can have the free will to live and be successful human beings in society. Mashomiro Victor, UBC News.
And thank you for being a lovely audience. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mugalu Muhammad on sign language, and that brings us to the end of our bulletin tonight. From the team, we say good night.